I can still watch it.
Yeah, sounds like we're about to have Coach Lewis on here any second as I
All
try to
right.
stretch this out to let Scraby finish his long phone call. He is ready to roll. Joining us on Gwynn and Chris is head football coach of the San Diego State Aztecs, Coach Sean Lewis. Coach Lewis, how are you? Thanks for coming on today.
Yeah, Tony, doing great, man. How are you guys?
We are well. First, we haven't got to talk to you all season, but we've been watching as everybody else has. Congratulations to this point on a season. Well done. You guys will play in a bowl game 2 days after Christmas. And I believe at that point you could probably sit back and kind of look back on the year. Until then, still work to be done. How have you guys been with this kind of break you guys have been on?
Not much of a break. We've been working. We've been working to retain our roster. We've had some tremendous support from the community as we finish our climb matching campaign to be able to have the resources that we need, Tony, in this day and age of college football. Then we've been on the grass, getting better. We've had some great developmental practices. We started to turn the page a little bit, started doing some bowl prep for the Mean Green yesterday, and it's been good, man. It's been good to be at work and to have this opportunity to continue to move the program forward. With the bowl opportunity, and excited, for this great challenge that we have here on December 27th.
Sean Lewis, such an amazing job this year. Look, 3-9 to 9-3 speaks for itself. I want to congratulate you personally and your staff. And at the same time, unfortunately, I'm going to throw a little shade at Notre Dame. But while they were whining about missing out on the college playoff, I didn't hear that from you and San Diego State after you missed out on what I think could have very easily been a shot at the Mountain West Conference championship game. I think you guys showed a lot of class. I think your team, your organization, the school took it. You weren't happy about it, but you're doing the best you can with it. Talk a little bit about, that whole process and how I'm sure it was disappointing when you first heard.
Yeah, Chris. I mean, obviously, right? Like you have tremendous work that gets done as you move through the year, and we played a really, really close ball game last time we were down in Albuquerque, and we came up close. We came up short with it all, right? So, as much as this game has changed, there's still at its heart, it's still here to help young people grow. And as we all move through life, we all know that we're going to have adversity. We all know that we're going to have change. And so, to me, like, when we came up short, there's lots of things that we controlled that we didn't do a good job of, that we need to coach better, that we need to execute better. And so instead of, being a victim or playing that card, like, that's not who we are. That's not who we're going to be. Like, there's no victims here, on the Mesa. There's no victims here in our facilities and in our program. And so, I thought it was really important as we continue to move forward, right, that, hey, like, what can we control? Let's get back to work. And we have another opportunity that created extra time with this special team. And let's go maximize each and every single one of these days that we get to spend together, that we get to go compete again, that we get to improve. And, hey, like, that's fuel for the fire for next year.
Yeah.
But so, again, like, I don't know any other way. Like, one of our non-negotiables is we don't blame, we don't complain, and we don't defend our bad behavior, right? So, like, not going to say something to kids that we said since day one and then go and, cry about something that we could have controlled by just playing better and getting a win. Then we control our own destiny and we're not in this spot.
Coach Sean Lewis joins us, Aztecs head football coach. And Coach Lewis, one of the things that I admired watching this season was in your first season, you guys go 3-9, and we'd watch you come on and be pretty consistent in how you talked about the following week. Fast forward to this year, you guys go 9-3, and the thing that I enjoyed most was there was no change in your tone and how you talked about the previous weeks. Was that, the upcoming weeks of the season, was that intentional as you guys moved out of that 3-9 season? You went into this 9-3 season. Was it intentional to kind of just be the same guy every single day?
Yeah, Tony. I mean, like, I've been fortunate to have this opportunity to take over in this chair, and we got a great group of people, most importantly, players and staff alike, that buy into our process. And, I know it's coach's cliche speak a little bit, but, like, right, process over results. Like, regardless of what the results were, whether it was 3-9 last year, it's 9-3 this year. Like, I know our process works, and I really value consistency and how people show up, like the emotional consistency that people bring to the building, that they're adding positive energy, and that, you know, they're never too high, they're never too low, that they truly have purpose and intent behind what they do. And, you know, again, like I think it's important that we as leaders in college football, and me as the leader of Aztec football, like model and show what that standard is each and every single day that I acted out, right? And so, you know, I mean, hopefully we have a tremendous year one of these years, right, that we're building towards, where we go undefeated and we win a championship. And, you know, hey, we're jumping on the radio and you're like, Coach, you're still the same dude, man. Like, do you realize you guys ran the table and won the national championship? And I'm like, yeah, shoot, we're behind in recruiting. Like, we got to go. We got to go do the next thing the right way, you know?
Well, you might be the same if you win the championship, but we won't be, Coach. We'll be jumping up and down and going crazy. Look, you've made it so much about the team, and that again is part of the I think the secret sauce for you guys. But Chris Johnson was a guy that was able to step out a little bit to be second team All-American. Unbelievable accomplishment. I think he could have been first team. Missed the one game. And, you know, we all saw how much we missed him when he didn't play there in Hawaii. But talk a little bit about his commitment to the program. He came back, you know, for you for another year. And what having a player accomplish what he did does for you guys going forward.
Yeah, I mean, Chris is a tremendous individual, right? And Chris will be the first one to tell you that all his individual awards are team awards. But Chris is a unique player, a unique young man. He showed that in his commitment to the program and the belief in our process, you know, 12 months ago. And then, shoot, when the spring portal opened as well, people were trying to, you know, steal him away from us because they know his talent and character and ability that he has. And I tell you what, it obviously worked out great for our program. And now it's something that we can point to, you know, where there's real proof of concept about the development that we're going to have, the growth, you know, in our young man. And for him, you know, to be invited to the Senior Bowl, we're able to speak to that, right? To where all your dreams, you know, can happen right here at San Diego State. You don't need to go chase a logo. You don't need to go chase a different opportunity. I mean, the grass is greenest where you water it. And Chris showed that, man, being loyal to the soil here, and, you know, being with the team that, you know, believed in him, and the program that believed in him first and foremost, and seeing that through is really, again, a testament to him, you know, his family that raised him. And, you know, what's great about it now is he moves through to the next chapter and the next process of, you know, postseason draft process. Like, there's not a red flag that he has to answer, or a question that he has to answer about, hey, why'd you leave? You know, and I think that speaks and that resonates with the NFL organizations, right? And when they're making decisions of who they're going to invest in, like, hey, this is a guy who's going to be loyal to the organization and loyal to the team, and a guy that the community can rally behind because he's shown that character and the way that he makes good, sound decisions. So, yeah, really happy for Chris, his family. And I agree with you. I'm hard-pressed to know who these other corners are that are better than him, because he's a true difference maker. And in my ballot, he's first team All-American all day, all day.
Coach Sean Lewis joins us here on Gwynn and Chris, Aztecs head football coach. And Coach Lewis, one of the things you're tasked with, aside from helping these young men, you know, advance on the football field, advance in life, and prepare them for life, is you're also tasked with bringing in good help, you know, good coaches alongside yourself. You lose a good one in Rob Orrich. He heads to Nebraska. That's got to be somewhat of a bittersweet thing, because obviously you bring guys in because they're good at what they do, and eventually, if they continue to do that, teams are going to come calling. But you also have to replace someone that was pretty valuable to the ball club this year. How does that go about? And tell us a little bit about his replacement.
Yeah, I mean, so obviously this whole thing, right, of college football in particular always has been, always will be a talent acquisition business, right? Like, whether it's the retention of talent, like we just talked about with Chris and Trey and Tano and all the others that we were able to keep 12 months ago to build a special 2025 team. Well, the retention of your coaching talent and the acquisition of your coaching talent, you know, is equally as important. So obviously Rob was in-house a year ago and did a tremendous job, you know, with our edges and trade development. And then, did a tremendous job a year ago taking over as, the defense coordinator and leading us to elite levels. And again, just like the players, when they're balling out on the film, well, obviously other head coaches recognize around college football, hey, someone's leading those guys and coordinating that defense. And Rob got a tremendous opportunity for him and his family. And, again, you know the job that you signed up for. And I'm very thankful for what Rob and his family and Coach Manning as well, who came in and coached our edges for a year, what they were able to do with us within our program, and, happy for them and the opportunity that they were able to get. And as we move forward, Coach Sumler's doing a tremendous job as our interim DC right now. I mean, everyone who's listening knows who he is and what he's about, and, the loyalty that he has shown to this program and the way that he's built connections with the guys. He's been doing a great job in that role. And, we're looking to have this thing kind of shored up here, for the full-time position and who that's going to be going forward in 2026 here sooner rather than later. But obviously it's such an critically important role that we want to make sure that we get it right and that we just don't rush to a decision in that regard.
Coach Sean Lewis is with us from San Diego State. We appreciate the time, Coach. I don't want to keep you too much longer. And I want to say my guys there are going to be mad at me for asking you this, but this has been a theme with the coaches that have come on our show this year, Matt Johnson and Rob Orich, and I asked them both about it. So I have to know, is Demetrius Sumler thinking about shaving his head and growing a beard so that he can be one of the top coaches on that staff?
That's not a prerequisite. I can't speak for everyone else, but I've just got some bad genes, or maybe it's the stress of the job. But I promise you guys don't want to see what this hair looks like if I try and grow it out, but I can't. So Meach can keep his style. He'll be good if it ends up being him.
Well, Coach Lewis, we appreciate you coming on and spending some time with us. We are certainly looking forward to seeing you guys perform a couple days after Christmas. Great year, finish with a bang, and again, thank you for your time.
Yeah, guys, appreciate it. Thanks for the opportunity.
Coach.
Go Aztecs.
Go Aztecs. Coach Sean Lewis, head football coach of our San Diego State Aztecs. They will be bowling